Hey Bayek, it's me Ian. And in today's video I'm continuing my look at the Hammer House of Horror TV series, yes, from 1980. And this is episode 3, Rude Awakenings, transmitted 27th of September 1980 on ITV. Yes. And this is another great episode. They all are they're really great, these episodes. I love them. Now, let me get into it. It's 52 minutes long. It was written by Gerald Savory. Said he was a TV writer. Massive amount of TV credits. It's incredible. There's just so many. And then it was directed once again by Peter Sasti. Yes. Now, I just look at his films that he directed for Hammer and you think, wow, yes. Taste the Blood of Dracula, 1969, a film that I think is great. Countess Dracula, yes, 1971, the one with Ingrid Pitt. Oh, wow. And a very much loved one as well, Hands of the Ripper from 1971. Wow. Also, I didn't realize he directed quite an interesting film called Welcome to Blood City. Wow, that's a great title, isn't it? From 1977. That was a sci-fi western. From what I could see on the illustrations, it looked a bit like a Westworld rip-off. I don't know. I've not seen it, but I just saw this and I thought it was just an outstanding image. Yes, it looked really good. But you know, everybody rips off something, don't they? Anyhow, let me get into the cast again. Now, this is wonderful. It's Denholm Elliott playing Norman Shenley. Denholm Elliott is just one of those faces. He appeared in films and TV. He's just a well-known actor. He was a face that you thought, wow, it's Denholm Elliott. Yes. Now, I remember this, of course. He was in Trading Places. Yeah, what a film to be involved in. And then 2 other absolutely iconic films. Raiders of the Lost Ark. He was in that. I mean, wow. And then, of course, he was in Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade. So he was in the 1981 Raiders of the Lost Ark, and he was in 1989's what many people really love, the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. That's with Sean Connery in it as well, and Harrison Ford. I mean, wow, what films to be involved in. But then you look at his filmography and the roles he's played, and also the TV appearances. He was a well-known face, really. And he's so good in this role. He just really knocks it off real so brilliantly. Then we've got James Lawrenson playing Mr. Rayburn. Again, a very familiar face. And his whole CV is TV series and TV films. Again, he's just a recognizable, almost reassuring face that you see on TV. You know you're going to get a good performance, and you do. Then we've got Pat Haywood playing Emily Shenley. She has to play Norman's wife. Oh, yes. Now, she was in, well, an absolute classic film. 10, Rillington Place, 1971, film that does pop up quite a bit. You know that one? It's just an amazing performance by Richard Attenborough in that film. Yes. Oh. And then you look again, she's in loads of TV series. You know, you get a list of all the sort of famous TV series of that time, and all these actors and actresses had guest appearances in all of them. It's amazing. You just look at them and think, wow, yeah. Um, it was a it was a real golden era for a lot of TV series that popped up, and they're now well thought of. Yeah. Then we've got Lucy Gutteridge, who plays Lolly. Wow, she is superb in this role. She just is amazing. You can't help but love her in this role. She plays this secretary who becomes like a fantasy figure. She's great. She really is. Now she was in a couple of feature films that pop out for me. She was in the Greek Tycoon from 1978, which was a Anthony Quinn film, and did quite well thought of. Also, she was in a film Top Secret from 1984, which was an espionage kind of film, with Val Kilmer in the leading role. And then, of course, as usual, I say, she was in lots of TV appearances and movies. Excellent. Loves that. Then we've got Eleanor Summerfield playing Lady Shrewdwick, which is a really nice little role that she plays in this. She goes right back into the 40s, like 40s and 50s in terms of film appearances, and then sort of more recent ones, as well as combination with TV work. Mainly comedy, it seems to be. She was in Laughter in Paradise, 1950, with Alistair Sim. He was in that era very much Alistair Sim, comedy genius. She was in that film. She's also in another later film, which is called Some Will, Some Won't, which is very typical of that period as well, of comedy. 1970, Leslie Phillips, of course, was in that. Again, she's just had such a wonderful experience of TV appearances. She's in all these different TV shows. It's great. And then, finally, we've got Gareth Armstrong playing Dr. Melbury. And, well, immediately I saw it, I thought, hey, I might recognise this. And I was right. Yes, he was in Doctor Who story, The Mask of Mandragora, or Mandragora, I always get it wrong, from 1976. 4-episode, brilliant Tom Baker story, and it's really good. It's a penultimate one before Sarah Jane leaves. That's how I recognise it. It was also filmed at Port Merion, where The Prisoner was filmed. Yeah, just outstanding story as I remember it. So, and I've gone off. If you're not a Doctor Who fan, you're going, hey, Bayek, what's he going on about there again? But I love Doctor Who, I really do. And then she's just involved. He is in lots of TV things again, same sort of period. All the TV sort of stories, he's in them. It just seems to be it's a massive CV, but there we are. I just want to point that out. So there's the cast I've gone through. What is the story about? And I would say this has got a very strong comedic element in it. And let me just say it. So we have the real estate agent, Norman Shenley, of course, Denham Elliott playing that, who, to put it bluntly, hates his wife. He really does. She won't divorce him, and he wants a divorce. He really does. He's begging almost for a divorce from her, but she won't give him a divorce because he wants to marry his secretary, Lolly. Ah, Lolly, the dream secretary who he fantasizes about all the time. He loves, well, he thinks he's obsessed with her, really, and he wants to marry her. Whether she feels quite the same, well, who knows? Yes. Well, what happens is that a new client comes along and he wants to sell this old, isolated mansion, which is just out of town. And of course, it could be a great opportunity to make lots of money. That's how he sees it for his estate agent. But from this occurrence, when he goes out to see it, things start to change. He starts having these really strange and odd nightmares. These nightmares keep coming and coming. And it gets to the point where, in the narrative of the story, he's becoming more and more confused between what is reality and what is a dream. And that, in a way, sums it all up. And the brilliant ending is fantastic. It really is. And you'll understand why it's called Rude Awakening. It's a story that I remember so well when it was first transmitted. It really just thought it was a great idea, a great concept, and it is. And Denholm Elliott is so good. And, well, Lucy Goodrich as Lolly is just fantastic as well. You know, just her appearance, the way she keeps changing, how she looks, is amazing, and it all adds to this kind of, is it reality, is it a dream? It all becomes part of that, and the nightmares become more outrageous, and that's the other thing. The more weird it becomes in some ways. It's just great. It's great. It's a story that you just think, oh yeah, this is so clever. This is great, fantastic, and it's all done so well. And it's a real credit to Hammer for putting this on into a TV series. This story, I love it. I just absolutely fantastic. Great locations again as it's filmed. You know, it's just, you can't help but love it, really. You can't. It's definitely one of my favorite episodes. Definitely love it. Yeah. So that's it. That's my review of Rude Awakening, and that is episode 3. And I will continue to review these episodes. And here it is. I'll show you every week. There it is. Hammer House of Horror. Brilliant 13 episodes on this. Yes. And that's it. So, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and you might look at the playlist and see if you like them. What I've done, I do all sorts of reviews and this and that, And if you like this, please give it a like. It helps the channel get into sort of the algorithms and all that business. So hopefully more people might enjoy recommendations. Say, oh, I'll try that, yeah. And they might do, or they might not. And it all costs notes. So you can't say fairer than that. And if you've got any comments, please put your comments down. I love to read your comments. And that's it. So all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.